All right, so I am walking. So I'm basically doing the same thing on the last laundry day that I did on the last laundry day. I'm just gonna walk around this here block. I came here a little later than I thought I would be able to because I went to drop Gumball off at about around 7. So I don't know how it's 8 o'clock when I got here. It don't really take that long to drop her off. What's going on, Cuzzo? Hey, don't be forgetting to hit that like button because y'all be forgetting to hit that like button. And I'm glad it actually started off with a moderator too, because like my moderators are my biggest supporters. That's why moderators. So I do appreciate you coming up in here, cousin. So yeah, right. Oh shit. Wait. Hey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. I think I was over the mic. I should have put my headphones on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Damn it. Hold on. All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm gonna have to go get my headphones when I make this. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had my finger over the mic area. I'm gonna just grab my headphones when I get back to the car. But I'm gonna take a couple of laps around. But don't forget to hit that like button. I shouldn't have to tell you that, cuzzo. But yeah, so I'm basically gonna be doing this little walk around while my clothes wash and stuff like that, cause I don't have anything else better to do. Uh, I actually had to schedule myself a doctor's appointment because I was flossing my teeth. So I'm like one of those guys who started flossing daily about a year ago. And I was flossing my teeth earlier today, and one of my teeth broke. It shocked the hell out of me, so I had to schedule an emergency appointment. And so I gotta go see a dentist and have that looked at. I might be losing a tooth finally. It's gonna be one of the adult ones, so now I'm gonna really be old. Luckily, I'm not in any pain, so I got that going for me. But I ain't even gonna lie, I wasn't even gonna go live today because like I could have gone live like on my lunch break earlier. Yeah, I'm okay for the most part. I'm doing all right. I'm not, like I said, I'm not in any pain or anything. But I had to schedule an emergency appointment. And the funny thing is, like I'm like not like a really big sugar person. I don't have a sweet tooth anymore. So like I've been like minimizing sugars and stuff like that, but just that one tooth just decided it was gonna break while I was flossing, no less. And I've really been keeping good up. I've been actually really keeping up with that. And then today of all days, it just a tooth just broke, and I was so happy that I didn't just end up in like an extreme amount of pain. Cause oh my goodness, that would have been terrible. But no, it just chipped, and now I'm just gonna, like I said, I scheduled an emergency appointment, so as long as I'm not in pain. I am kind of worried about eating though. I am worried about that, but I'm not gonna let it bother me because if I do, then I'll starve. So I will I will not let it affect me immediate term. Oh, like I said, I was flossing. Yeah, like I said, I was flossing, and while I was flossing, it chipped one of my teeth. So, nothing serious, nothing world ending or anything like that. So after that, like I said, I scheduled an emergency appointment, and then I now I just gotta wait for the appointment. And then I also have to say rest in peace to my He passed away today or yesterday. I don't remember if it was today or yesterday, and I was kind of bothered by that. So I spent most of today thinking about that because I'm my oldest brother. I'm the oldest of all of my brothers. I got three brothers, and like I said, I'm the oldest. So, I didn't really have a big brother. Of course, I got my brother-in-law Phil, who's married to my sister. But then, of course, I had my extension of brother-in-laws with my ex-wife, three of them actually, and one passed away. He would have been 42 this year. He didn't quite make it. So I was a little upset about that today because I had texted my ex-wife, and when she told me everything that happened, I was shocked because it was like, he was just it was just like 1 minute he was just doing A-OK, and then now I'm seeing a bunch of RIPs go across his page and everything. So yeah. Yeah, it just made me really just put things into perspective, like, like just understanding, the great beyond, as it were. It's still something that I'm, I guess, processing. And the crazy thing is that, also, let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I just switched over to my headphones because I don't want to be sitting here talking to myself again. Well, I mean, technically, anytime I go live, I'm technically talking to myself until I'm responding to a chat. I'm just happy that I'm not struggle streaming, meaning that I got 0 people watching. You take the wins where you can get them these days. Okay. So, and seeing my moderator, he ain't responding no more. I think he bounced. Oh well. So we still got this walk going, and it is actually dark too. So I already know I'm gonna have to split these. I'm gonna have to split my. I gotta split my laundry when I put it in the dryer, because if I don't, then it's gonna take way longer. So I'll probably split it into 3 dryers. See how that goes. Hopefully it won't be too much of a pain in the ass, but if it is, then it is what it is. The idea is to try to get in and out as quickly as possible, because there's actually a lot of people in there tonight. And because there's a lot of people in there tonight, a lot of the machines are being used. Luckily, I found one that wasn't being used, so I just used that one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to spread the clothes out through multiple dryers. Hopefully by the time I get to drying, there won't be too many dryers taken up. My only beef with it is that there ain't that many dryers. I mean, there are, but everybody else has the same idea that I have, spreading their clothes out, which does make sense. Is it a penny saver? Probably not, but neither is bunching them up and hoping for the best by giving it a lot of time. But that's just my opinion. Don't quote me on that. In fact, I still have to get my I got to get my washer and dryer fixed eventually. That way I can stop going to the laundromat, especially now that I live alone again. Appreciate that, Wendy Tahat. Glad you came to hang out with me for a bit. I definitely appreciate it. Have yourself a good night. But yeah, as I was saying, need to get my washer. I'm gonna get my washer and dryer fixed next year, so I can stop coming to the laundromat. Because that is one thing that I miss. Like when I first moved to my house, my washer and dryer was brand new, and it stopped working 2 years ago. The washer stopped working 2 years ago. It kept doing the funny thing. Or was it 3? I don't remember. Either way, I was pissed because the spin cycle kept messing up. And then the plug for the dryer stopped working altogether. I don't know if they shorted out. I gotta call an electrician about it, see if they can what they can do to fix it. And then the sink got flooded, and I was pissed about that. Luckily, the sink got unclogged. Had to call a professional plumber, and they unclogged everything. So got that going for me. Pretty happy that that's been settled. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Why the hell did I stop? I'm supposed to be walking. And now I'm struggle streaming because now I got 0 people watching. I was hoping that YouTube would have put me in the algorithm this evening, but either I'm gonna have to wait a while or I'm just doomed to that fate tonight. Because I didn't make any videos over the weekend, and I was just like super frustrated because Gumball kept throwing tantrums, and then she was upset. She was upset after I had told her she can't go back outside because she took all my damn bottled waters and poured them out. She poured them out outside. I was so mad about it. But I was just like, I just let it go because it's just stuff that I can replace. In fact, I actually got to go to the store tonight and get some more Capri Suns. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take some of these Capri Suns that's in the refrigerator already, and I'm going to put them in a bag, and I'll give them to her handler tomorrow. That would actually be a better course of action. Because I want to go to the store tonight and get some more water, but I'm not going to do that. I actually don't need to. I think it would be in my best interest to not bother spending the money. Okay, I just got to remind myself to not forget my fiber bars in the morning, so I can take those, put them in the. I'm gonna put them in a bag when I get home. Yeah, because I had I put everything in the car already. I just gotta take everything inside, and then I gotta make sure that black snow. Ooh, that would have. Thank you. Thanks, Phil. That's actually a good one. Like, if I think about it, Black Snow would have been a really good wrestling name. I would have hated it at first, but think about that 25 years from now, where I'm saying, my backyard wrestling name was Black Snow. That would have been hilarious. And the funny thing is when I did my collaboration with Backyard Wrestling History, he actually asked me, didn't I do backyard wrestling with him? Because I knew he was doing backyard wrestling. I loved what they were doing with backyard wrestling, but it was like when we had the collaboration, I had to remind them that I spent most of my high school years grounded, so I never had an opportunity to do it. Like If my dad told me, if my dad had told me that I can go hang out with my friends on the weekends, I would have definitely said, "Hey, Dad, we're doing this backyard wrestling. They're doing a backyard wrestling thing. Can I join them? They're having a lot of fun. It's in a safe environment, all that good stuff." But my dad was my basically I was grounded throughout my high school years, despite having being an honor roll student. I was an honor roll student throughout high school, by the way, 3.0, 3.0 or higher throughout, except for my last semester. So my last semester, the very last semester, or the very last quarter of in the last semester of my high school year, was the only time that I had less than a 3.0, and I had a 267, and I just had like C's and B's down the line. I think I had one A, and I think that one A was in computer science, but it was just C's and B's to finish out high school. Like every semester from freshman all the way to that point, it was honor roll. Granted, I did have a D in my freshman year, I had a D in my freshman year, and I had an F in my junior year, and it was a D in my English class and an F in my English class, and I still had a 3.3 in both of those semesters. So I had a 3.3 GPA in both of those semesters. Like I said, I was an honor roll student throughout high school. If I actually gave a damn about English and not making it feel as hard, making it feel harder than it was, I would have no doubt that I would have definitely been looking at a higher 3.0 range. I'm talking about 3.6, 3.8. Because my sophomore year of high school, I had A's in both my English classes, or in both semesters I had an A in English. My junior year, it was an English honors class, and the teacher actually was the teacher that hated my sister. So she hated my sister like beyond reason. And I was one of those people who was like, like, you don't want to believe that sort of thing because that's something you hear on TV. It's something you literally see on TV. I go into the classroom the very first day, and she asked me, "Are you Victoria's brother?" I said, that's my sister." And she was like, "Oh God, another one." And I'm like, "What did I do? I'm just here to learn." Like, I was like, "Ma'am, do you not know my track record? I am an honor roll student." You know, and it was like, so she was like super just excited to see me bend. Unfortunately, in the second semester, I actually passed her class with a C. Yeah, she was not letting up, but can't have everything, right? And the funny thing is my senior year, I had two English classes my senior year. So I had English 4 and I repeated English 3 because I failed it once. Because I had that F, I had to repeat English 3 for the first of my senior year. And then of course I changed my class. I changed the class in the second semester to a Spanish class. So I went from English to Spanish. And passed that class. I passed that class with a C because again I wasn't really trying. I just did enough to pass. But yeah, like, so I never got an opportunity to do backyard wrestling like I would have loved to, because obviously I would have been hanging out with my friends on the weekends. I would have actually had fun, and I probably would have sustained an injury or two. Not that I had a future in sports anyway, obviously, because I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not a professional athlete. Let me see. Okay, so it looks like my laundry is almost done. So let me go check. I'm gonna go check the what you call it. See how much time I got. It should be 2 minutes. It should be 2 minutes. All right. I have walked way too much. Okay, so we still got 2 minutes. Okay. Go outside while I wait. Excuse Okay. All right. So I don't want to keep holding this phone anymore while I walk about and stuff like that. So I'm gonna shut it down right here. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. There you are. But I've been struggle streaming way too long. Which means I'm not going to be in the algorithm tonight. So I can just call it. No shame. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Like, share, subscribe if you ever see this in the future. And always remember that kindness is free. And I'm cheap as fuck. So you guys have a good night. And as always, stay mad, my hatters.